A director known for some iconic movies is back with a new movie. We hear from him and one of the stars as they sit down with Jim Ferguson. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Tina, and happy holidays. What happened in Hollywood over the holidays? Well, the Ridley Scott directed thriller All the Money in the World opened on Christmas Day. It follows the kidnapping of 16-year-old John Paul Getty III, played by Charlie Plummer, no relation to Christopher, and the desperate attempt by his mother, played by Michelle Williams, to convince his billionaire grandfather, portrayed by Christopher Plummer, to pay the ransom. Here's director Ridley Scott and Christopher Plummer.
Ridley, Christopher, congratulations to both of you. What a beautiful film this is. We're just talking about, in my opinion, many of my friends, that it's the best film of the year. All the Money in the World, would you agree with me, the film exemplifies how money and power can shape people's lives?
Of course. I mean, that's the entire subtext of, but also I know a lot of very wealthy people, and it doesn't all end in disaster. So in this instance, the Getty family were definitely, like the Kennedys, were the Kennedys unlucky or bad decisions?
Yeah.
In this instance, were the Gettys simply neglected by what I'd call the great man who spent his entire life engineering and becoming wealthy, and because of that then neglects everything else.
Yeah.
That typifies what can happen, and that's where you get the damage. Yeah.
Christopher, you have to be congratulated, and in a short time jumping in, and what a wonderful performance you give. And
thank you.
You, in your research, which you didn't have a lot of time to do it, of course.
No, and my research was zilch, really. I tried to get his voice, but some, recording of his voice, but what I got was very nothing really at all. So I used my own imagination. In fact, I did, with Ridley's help, of course, used my own instincts to play the role. That's all I had time to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, you did a great job. Yeah, I like the way you used the flashbacks, going back to an early stage, and you progressed through the movie.
It was very well. The script is very well structured. And because that was always in the material, the way that was placed was really clever by the writer, and what could have become just a biopic is somehow more than that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a heavy film, but I'm sure on location, on the sets, there were some light moments where you had a good time.
Well, I think we had a good time.
All the time.
Because it was exciting. It was scary, because it was so short a time for me.
Yeah.
But also I had fun because he's great fun to work with, and he has a diabolical sense of humor which makes everybody relax.
I heard that about him, Yeah. And a great cast for you to work with. And
wonderful.
Yeah.
Both of them, Mark and
Michelle.
Michelle, just fabulous, and so good to me, having to put up with going through it again.
All the Money in the World is inspired by true events, beautifully directed by Ridley Scott, who had a major challenge when Christopher Plummer replaced Kevin Spacey and was limited to 6 weeks of reshooting. It's a fast-paced, suspenseful drama with an excellent cast, and I gave 88-year-old Christopher Plummer a lot of credit for his fill-in performance. It's rated R, my grade a solid B. Opening today, Molly's Game, a true story about Molly Bloom, an Olympic-class skier who ran the world's most exclusive poker game. Jessica Chastain gives an award-worthy performance. I'm going to see you right here next Tuesday on The Morning Blend.